Ooh. That's a little bit too much, but it'll work. Wow. Can you all see that? Here we are. We're going to draw and I'm going to talk as we go. Continuing on with part 2. Had a little bit of artist block. Now I'm back. Welcome back, everyone. Let's adjust this. We'll zoom it in just a little bit. How's that? A little better? We have to continue with some detail here. We got some scales here, but I have not done it justice. How about we get the Sharpie and get straight to it? If we're going to draw some scales, make them nice and big here, and then they'll get smaller as we get in close to this part. And then they'll gradually get larger again. And then smaller around this, which is kind of like the puffy part of the jawline. That's what it's representing. And then the scales will get, we don't want to press too hard on the Sharpie. We want to kind of like use the side of it. There we are. And it looks like I should probably go in there with the pencil, the one I just sharpened. Right here. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's better. That works out pretty well. That's the perfect pencil for this. Drawing some scales across the entire dragon. That would take quite a bit of time. And the scales here are not as large, but they're not as small either. Around this part. And I'm representing them just by making squiggly lines and half triangles, half squares, and overlapping them thusly. But it's not working out like I had planned, but it still looks decent enough. And eventually I would cover this entire dragon with scales such as that. Now we can go up towards the eye. Now this is where it gets really a little bit more fun, because you got to be careful here, because being careful makes it pop out much more better in the long run. They're going to be really small here as it gets towards the eye. But basically I'm just making little tiny mountains, basically, representing scales. And I'm not really getting too detailed. I suppose if I wanted to, I could draw, like, we'll draw a large one here. I could draw it like this, and then get like a line right there, and then go like that, and then like this and like that. Kind of make it look like a tree, leaf, for whatever reason, just in that one spot. Give it a little bit of character. And here we've got like a tail fin going on. So we need to like do something like this, where it blends into the scales, to where it's going to make sense. And we'll just kind of shade it a little bit here. And I want to sharpen these points like that. Yeah, like that. There, that looks better. I like that. Hmm. Yeah, doesn't that look nice? And now, as you can see, I'm no longer concentrating on doing the scales. I'm doing the nostrils now. Jumping over to a different part of the artist, of the piece. This nostril actually is going to be on the other side. So we're going to change it here so that it's here. Now we'll take the red crayon that I used before. Let me find it. Right here. Blend it in over top of this. And it's not actually drawing over that pencil as I thought it would. That's all right. I'm going to salvage it. Now I'll take one of these right here. Get that pencil again. I didn't realize that pencil was so... This is a number... It's a Pro Art pencil. Which is not the one I was just using. Okay, wait a minute. What happened to that one? I got a lot of pencils here. This one is really hardcore. Check it out. It's a charcoal. That's what it says. And it looks like it's a 6B. Right there, 6B. Woo. So this right here, this one we got to be real careful. This one's almost like a Sharpie, basically. Look at that. I like it. Oh yeah, hardcore. We can use it on the smaller ones. Oh yeah, and right up in this part. Needs a little more detail right above here, above the eye. Just like that. That's nice. See what we're doing here. Blending it all in so it looks like it's supposed to. right into the scales. That's a good looking eye for a dragon. For a mythic looking, mysterious fantasy creature such as this. There we are. Now I think we have the illusion where the nostril now is on the other side. I just realized I needed to adjust the camera. So here we are. I need to take some crayon here. Different parts that I've used in this piece to blend it all in. Just the right amount. Now we have the illusion where the nostrils on the other side, I think. I think it does it well. We're going to blend this in. We're going to blend this in. Now I still need to draw some scales up in this area. Kind of like that. I have not really been too serious about what the scales look like. They're basically just boxes and half triangles and half boxes mixed together, layered on top of one another. Kind of like that. But then you just take your time and you draw smaller ones and big ones, blend them in. Here now they're starting to get larger. Maybe I'll draw some like right over here, some half boxes, and then connect them later. And my pencil needs sharpening. Yeah, let's do that. There we are, that looks good. I like that. So we need some scales here. Smaller ones. Kind of like this. I want to be careful that I don't get this too muddy looking. A little bit too many lines there. I'm starting to second guess myself right up in this area, so I'm going to leave this alone. Just continue back in this area. That looks good. Now the scales are starting to get larger. And as you notice, the scales kind of do look kind of muddy. And that's just what's going to happen when you get artist block, which is similar to writer's block. Then you got to think, well, are these actually scales then? Doesn't really matter. I kind of like what's going on up here, because as my hand is getting there's like an effect going on that kind of works its way into the piece. It's working somehow. This part right here, I'm gonna take the crayon, so then I can just blend it in a second. Where is the tongue? The tongue is missing. I imagine the tongue would come out like kind of like this. Like this, exactly like this. Yeah. Just like that. And then we'll take this crayon here. Go like that. Now we'll take this right here. Now, I would like to maybe add kind of like a slight line here to give the effect. And then stop right about there. Yes. Yeah. Okay, and now I can work on the scales. I'm starting to appreciate it a little more. Uh-huh. Starting to appreciate this a little bit more. I don't want to take an eraser and go into there because that'll just smear it everywhere because of the type of pencil that it is. I like this. It's a very interesting way to draw a dragon. I do like it now. It's improved a lot. I think we want to take a color, this color here, and work it in. Yep. You want to be careful in this area, but not too careful. This is looking good. Yeah. Do some more blending. Take this marker here, the Sharpie. Blend it in. But not too much because I don't want to overdo it. There's already enough here going on. Yeah. Oh, that works out good. Crazy. Crazy how it just all works out. Those are some strange looking scales. I've never really drawn scales like this. Usually I take more of my time. But what does that mean, taking your time drawing scales? What exactly does that mean? How much time do you need? Well, that's a serious question. Because when it comes to drawing dragon scales, give yourself a lot of time. And don't worry about them not looking good at the start. Just kind of go over the dragon in different bits and pieces. Skip to a different part and it'll work itself out. Yes, this is looking awesome. Oh yeah, this is looking really badass. I like this. This is the part where I kind of got out of control. But I think it's going to be okay. Yeah. There, see? Not sure what's going on up here. But I'm just going to leave it at that. The eyeball. It's looking a little bit small. It could be a little larger. A little bit more character here. A little bit more color going on here. Let's do this. Pop it out a little bit more. Yeah. Looks good there. I like that. That's perfect. It needed that. Yep, just like that. Yep. Yep, just like this. That looks good. One last touch right here. Of course, there's always going to be more than just one last touch. But I thought it was important to just give a little bit of sharp detail here, but not too much. Yeah. That's just right. Blend it in. Okay. Now we've got this crayon right here, a white crayon. I want to touch up on this eyeball here. There. And then maybe later on I'll take this and do the teeth. I think that would be a nice touch. Kind of like that. Kind of hard to see. But if just like one kind of like nice line down the bigger teeth. Let them just pop out a little bit. Do each one and then you look back and it actually it's crazy how it changes the drawing in a positive way. Yep, see? Needed it. Oh yeah, and down in here, the smaller teeth, needs it. Just like that. Yep. Thank you all for watching.